Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. This is a continuation of footage that I had from Cinco de Mayo, and it actually happened to fall right on a Saturday, which was convenient, and a lot of people were out celebrating. And it's like St. Patrick's Day. You don't have to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day. Likewise here, you don't have to be Mexican. Detroit loves a party. But while I was in the neighborhood, I certainly was checking out. There's the Beacon and the book depository in the foreground. But there's the train station, and it's all lit up. It's private property, no trespassing. But this is certainly a landmark, or a white elephant if you like. But the recent news is that Ford Motor Company is in discussions with Matty Maroon, the bridge troll, on purchasing this property. And that's been all the rage because it has sat vacant since the 1980s. So it's long overdue for a refurbishing or a repurposing or what have you. Years ago, when all the talk was with the casinos, I thought this would have been an excellent location for a casino. The casinos have deep pockets, and boy, this would have been a grand hotel to be sure. Now Ford might want to use it, they're saying, as office space and the like for them with their electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles. Apparently, they've been a big player in the Corktown area acquiring properties. Allegedly. That's what they say, allegedly. That's the key word there. But all kind of discussions are kept under wraps until everything's finalized. That's kind of the way urban planning goes. But a beautiful lobby inside there, certainly. But while I'm in the area, I'll take a spin through Corktown, which is a neighborhood that people were concerned about after the Tigers had moved out as to whether this area would just fall on terribly hard times. Now, the Roosevelt Hotel has new windows, but not much progress since. There's my evil twin. Yeah, it's relatively dark here, but maybe you can make out some of it. But yeah, the Roosevelt Hotel, it's all boarded up on the lower level. And locked up. It's going to need a lot of work. But the train station too. But boy, couldn't that be, that would be great for a hotel. You could use the trains to go under the Detroit River onto Windsor and Toronto. Wouldn't that be cool? And then you could go head westbound and head towards Chicago. Boy, what a nice tour package that would be, where you could combine three major cities all in one fell swoop: Chicago, Detroit, and Toronto. And, Toronto being an international cosmopolitan city likened to the New York of Canada. And then Chicago doesn't need any introductions, but certainly it's going on. And Detroit, though, it's on its way back. It's like the wild, wild west over here. There's lots of opportunities, lots of promise. Things can get repurposed here in Detroit, and that's what people are doing. Here's the Black Salon. Next door is a bike place. Biking becoming more and more popular in Detroit as they keep adding more and more bike trails. Technium, so that's the... Ooh, and then motorized bikes also. You see the bike lane there closest to the curb. That's a new place too, the Noodle Place. And Bucharest Grill, we'll come up on that. Motor City Wine, that took over from another bar. Here's one of the properties that Ford took. This is Used to be some kind of fabric building, I guess. Not sure the total use, but it's an old school building. You can see the nice ceilings, the nice lighting. It's opening soon, or has just recently opened. It's there. This is the back side, or I'm on the side of it now, but I was fascinated. They got the windows open. This is looking through the main front lobby. Years ago, the dad took us kids to see a Tiger game, and we parked right back behind here. And Mark Fidrich was pitching. I think it was his banner year in 1976 when the bird was the word. So we got here with intentions of seeing a game. We parked in the lot, and then people parked behind us. Lo and behold, we went to the Tiger Stadium. We went to the corner, but they were sold out. So we ended up listening to the whole game in the parking lot as we waited for people that were parked around us to move out. It wasn't an easy in, easy out. It was kind of, we were stuck there till the end. But here, the Detroit Police Athletic League, that's going to be open this summer, but they'll have Little League baseball games and the like. Here's an antique place, and a nice chandelier right in the middle, and art is everywhere, so they have it out here outside, well lit. Nice little triangular shop. Back in the day, it was for Tiger souvenirs and so forth. There would be the ticket office, and they're calling it here the Corner Ballpark, presented by that one company, Swing for the Stars. Well, the Adient is the main sponsor. They got their name on it. And that's right behind that little wall is home plate. And then there's center field where the American flag is. We're all proud to be American. And so it'll be interesting to check out a game. Now, the UFO factory, how cool is this? A lot of people were concerned. Good food. Well, if you saw that, I love their logo. A lot of people were concerned that the damage done to the building by some contractors that are developing the property were going to tear this bar down. Here is the foundation, but they went back, redid it, fixed the wall, as construction people can do. It's not the end of the world. So they're going to live harmoniously next to each other. I'm in the back. It's going to be like a horseshoe shape. I want to say U-shape, but a horseshoe shape around the UFO factory. The Checker Bar, or the Checker Cab Company, that's part of the redevelopment. Brooks Lumber, if you hit a monster home run and it flew over the right field wall, sometimes it might land on top of the roof of Brooks Lumber. That was the Beacon thing again. Since DTE has a nice park that opened up last year. There's the Motor City Casino with their neon lights. Here's a nice parcel of property, too. I like to liken urban planning to a puzzle. And it's like a matter of putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Of course, everything's already interconnected, but a lot of the pieces aren't being utilized to their full potential. A lot of times if it's vacant, I call it like a black hole. If there's something on it that's useless and not being productive, then it's a white elephant kind of a thing. Now, these are some of the properties that they talked about in the news right behind this nice triangular-shaped building that Ford was looking at. They were actually auxiliary parking lots for the Tiger games. Here, urban planning. This is so cool. I'm starting, well, my ear perks up and my eyes perk up or open up when I see urban planning issues, and there's a lot going on, certainly in Detroit. It's been rediscovered, and a lot of them are big ticket projects and so forth that grab the headlines. Certainly anything that Ford Motor would do. It's good to see them dip their toes back into the city. Now, if we can get them to work on their Highland Park project where the Model T was produced, maybe that might be a good thing too. But first things first, let's welcome any good news coming out on the front here that they'll do something with the train station. So I'm just kind of looping around, and I'm going to head back. Very shortly, I'll get into the Waterhill Music Festival. Ooh, Ghost Pepper Cheese is back. The castle. Yeah, this music festival, if you like music, it's a great type event that they have every year in Ann Arbor. So, soon enough. So, Michigan Avenue and a lot of bars, that still is prevalent along the way. Here's a nice house by the side of the road. And then a barber shop. I like the old school spinning wheel. But, oh, they have a nice chandelier here also. Detroit Barber Company. So I like their sign. Custom tailored clothing. 10 cents for a Coke. Well, that's affordable. Okay. And my clock is pretty accurate within a minute or so. I think it runs a little fast. All right. So that's where the work gets done. The hair gets trimmed. The office beyond yonder. Then they had a fundraiser here. This is like, and then look at their wrought iron fence with the clover. Not the 4-leaf clovers. Those are the best kind, but 3-leaf. Oh, well, this was, Saturday night. The ladies were out and about. It's kind of certainly a party night. For another hour or so, it's still Cinco de Mayo. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. The CPA building. Wow-wee. That's a neat triangular-shaped building, and I'm surprised that hasn't been redone quite yet. Okay, there's the train station. Wow. Can you imagine, though, at least the upper floors or whatnot being used as a hotel? It'd be classic. And people, and this is the whiskey place, 2 James Distillery. Yeah, they have artwork inside too. I like it when places show off an artist for a couple months and then they change it up. It kind of have a little turnover. Yeah, they do it by the barrel here, so they seem to be doing quite well. And then Takoy. It was Katoy before, but renamed. And they moved their space. They had a fire a while back. But it's all popular and so forth. So kind of started the trend of hot little restaurants in Detroit. And it seems like one opens up, or 1 or 2 every month, which is a good thing. Detroit, dare I say, it's becoming somewhat hip. Maybe not on the level of cities like Boston or San Francisco or the like, but we can be hip in our own way and just take our time. We were on the downward spiral for 50 years or so we can go on that upward spiral, but let's make it nice and sweet. Take our time. Here, the steel supports here certainly are, they may be compromised. I think they might be doing some work, but it was active certainly with the rail. Not so much anymore, but it'd be nice. Free cheesy. It would be nice really, if we could make this a hotel. Wow, can you imagine the high rollers that would love to spend a night over here with the history and so forth? Maybe put a restaurant or a bar on the roof. There you can see the beacon again. Well, I decided I'm walking back by the tracks out back. And post 9/11, there were some security people that were real concerned about people from Canada entering the United States. So they guarded the tunnel. And I was going to walk down all the way to the tunnel, but they might still be guarding it, against illegal aliens and the like. So I didn't walk all the way around, to the actual tunnel. There's two tunnels. One, I think, was extended to get the double rail cars, but it's just used for freight. If we had a passenger thing, that would be really nice. Here, if you're into dominoes, there's a 5, but that's the new neon lights. Okay, now I'm on, I believe, West Grand Boulevard. Neat little bridge here. But I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to have to, I don't have to switch tapes yet. We're going to go into part 1 of Waterhill. Then I'll have to switch tapes. We'll go to part 2. Yeah, you could go to Chicago. That'd be nice with the train. Or Toronto. Go the other way. Okay, here's the calendar. The next day, Waterhill Music. It's the first Sunday in May, weather permitting. One of Ann Arbor's most magnificent, magical, musical moments. A lot of M's in there. And it says it's on. The weather was a little dicey. It says forecast remain mixed. They were expecting rain. They were hoping they could, for the most part, dodge it. And they did. There were a few sprinkles. Other parts of the metro area got a good dousing. There's my bird feeder. It's still got some... people were cutting the grass, though. This was like the... and I cut the grass earlier. First time of the year, but with all the rain lately, it becomes an experience that has to be done at least once a week. Later in the summer, we can spread that out a little bit. But, okay, here was a nice flowering tree. We were late on the spring approaching, but finally did arrive, and with a vengeance it did. It seemed like we skipped spring and went right into summer. Downtown, Home and Garden. Okay, I got that out. I wanted to pick up my bird food. I got 2 bags of 50 pounds, one of just sunflower seeds and one with a mix. But it's a drive-through hardware store, Home and Garden. And so I'm going out the back way. Now I parked the Focus. Now I'm going to focus on the music festival. Started at 2, but I got a little bit of a late start. Here it says, welcome to Waterhill, because it's a hill and water would flow down. I don't know. They came up the Waterhill neighborhood, and a lot of the streets are named with the water thing. Big city, small world bakery. And so I'm going to be able to take a few breaks here while music is being played, which is kind of neat.
It's nature's way of receiving you. It's nature's way of retrieving you. It's nature's way of telling you something's wrong. Nature's way of telling you dying trees. Nature's way of telling you summer breeze.
look at the map. Performance just concluded on the side here, so you have to have, I hadn't gotten a map yet, but most of the events run for about an hour, so you gotta schedule and plan it out and so forth, and you gotta be smart about it. But then too, you can be leisurely about it and just take it as it comes. Here in different languages, here Together We Stand. How cool is that? But it's like a 20-block neighborhood. We'll take a look at that map periodically. And, you know, be just walking around. It's a neat little neighborhood that's easily walkable. And we'll take a look at the homes and so forth. Well, I kind of caught that performance at the end, but okay. They're very, very neighborly. Plus, it's pet friendly, so you'll see dogs all over the place, and family friendly too. You'll see a lot of youngsters, which is all good. This is what the whole thing is supposed to be about. Get to know your neighbors and do a little exploring. And we'll go up north later in the summer, but yeah, you can just see the amount of people around here milling about. They're having a great time. Solar panels. It's a very progressive neighborhood.
I saw you staring at me, personal silent dream. Get on out of your mind. No pain won't last for long. Get this out of your mind. Get on out of your mind. Every time you see an empty page, get on out of that house. Whatever it is, let your silence all allow yourself.
A lot of nice flowers and the color schemes. The houses, a lot of them are brightly painted. And then looking down the streets, you can kind of see where a musical performance is taking place, because you'll see a gathering of people. Here's a sign, and sometimes these venues might host more than one event, and they're basically the porches of houses, or however they want to present their music. But they're not cookie cutter homes in this neighborhood by any means. And people accentuate their homes with various gardens and art pieces. Art is everywhere. And some of the homes have been remodeled and so forth. Oh yeah, the youngsters were doing some exploring. Nice, comfortable weather. The rain, for the most part, held off.
Sometimes when I visit him, he thinks that I'm my mother. He's the last one of the group. He's the youngest brother. That's like a thing. We laugh together. Everyone's pleased when I go and visit. And sometimes he turns to me, has to ask who is it. But when he sees that man, how high we flew wasn't measured. We were birds of different feathers. Everybody, we were chubby, we were lean. Uncle Steve was never mean. How high we flew wasn't measured. We were birds of different feathers. We were birds of different feathers.
Birds of different feathers. How about it? All right, this 826 Spring Street, and it's got little accents. Even look at the little gate going up. And I was catching performances after they were finishing. It's like, okay, programs, take one. Okay, I'm going to figure this out a little better. And so, if I can get it out, here we go. Here's the official map. And they're into piece there, stoop and scoop. So they give you a visual on how to go about it. Nice park at the northern end of the Waterhill neighborhood. And the trees, they were blooming, as were the flowers and stuff. This is a Boober Bar Crawl. I don't know what everybody piles into the back, what the deal is there. Up top here, when you're on top of the hill, you got a view of downtown Ann Arbor and the campus of U of M. And I like the houses. And here, well, they did it in the garage out back. A lot of them are in the front, on the front porch, obviously. But this one's in the garage. So we'll listen in. of doggies. But that was a trio of piano performers, and they did a great job. Spring and Sunset. There's the name of the park, Hunt Park. So right up there on top, Sunset. So I'm going to kind of walk around northwesterly a little bit. Good day for flowers. Plant seeds of joy, happiness, love, and peace. Okay. At 4, there'll be a performance here. They're setting up right now, a jazz ensemble. I thought I might be able to catch another act. Ooh, art is everywhere, even up top. Looks like elbow macaroni a little bit. I just missed this performance here. Yeah, and they peacemongers. And yeah, whichever religion you kind of agree with or whatever, it's kind of nice when you can coexist with the other religions and come to some common ground. Okay, to the jazz thing. Some significance when they stack rocks like that. Very dog friendly. You'll see all number of doggies walking around, which is really cool. All right. So most performances are about an hour. Some are half hour, 45 minutes. And you just kind of go with the flow, kind of walk around. You can relax a little bit. I was should have counted, but I was thinking I probably got about a dozen performances, if not a little more. Right in the kiddie sandbox right here. But this one's set up in the backyard, but they had vantage points from the neighbors and so forth.
I
Bag it, coffee, wash it, got to go and get some compliments. Passing up my moccasins, someone else been walking. Being brought to get the mail and some coffee and saving my money. Had a happy last bar. I'm gonna take over the style. I'm gonna take over the style. For real, ask your grandpa, can I have this hot dog? The Lord don't say sometimes.
Okay, that was the end of the tape. Luckily, I brought a reserve tape. I knew this would happen, so I get the one out. We'll go to part 2 of 2 here with the continuation. Okay, next tape's in. Press play. Here we go.
Truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plot. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have a yacht. I met a man who lived his life out on the road, who left his wife and kids in Portland on a whim.
Oh, the flowers on that tree match her dress. Here was a kite.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was talking to the lovely lady on the front porch. She had a nice view of the house across the street. But this performance was behind the house. But they're an artistic group of people that live here because they have sculptures and all sorts of artistic stuff out here in the front lawn. But I'm going to make my way to the backyard where another group has gathered. Oh, we did get a little rain here. Nothing to be totally freaked out about, but some people brought out the umbrellas.
Nobody ever does it.
There's so much to see and do. I'm kind of moving fast through this. Hey, yes, we can. All sorts of things to look at and so forth. You just got to keep moving.
She's so fine. She makes me
event runs till 6, 2 to 6, so a 4-hour window. You got to move fast. This was near my sister's place. They live in the neighborhood, so they're the ones that my sister and brother-in-law, they told me about this thing, and I've been hooked ever since. NIMBY, I like this. Usually you hear NIMBY, not in my backyard. This one, welcome in my backyard, and why not? It's always the negative. The people say, hey, I'm not against it, just not in my backyard. And it's just like, okay, nothing ever gets done. And that's all part of urban planning, too. There's a place for everything, but sometimes people, you know, neighborhoods can get a little funny. Here's another performance by a young lady right in front of the door here. Oh yeah, bring up the next generation of musicians. Yeah, the only requirement, I guess, is that if you're in the neighborhood, some musician has to live in the neighborhood, so you can bring your band or whatnot and perform. And I was trying to think, holy crap, how many neighborhoods could pull this off? Ann Arbor is very musically inclined. This is crazy that you have this many musicians in a neighborhood. Now look at this, even square dancing. Yeah, that looks like fun. God, I don't think there's too many Trump supporters out here with all these signs that I'm showing. My Lord. Yeah, celebrate diversity. What gives? Holy crap. What are they thinking? Okay, so looping back around. Here's another one.
Hey, love me! Hey, love me! Hey! Let me hear you!
Out through the alley to the backyard. Flowers are everywhere. But yeah, this is a great music festival. How can you not have a good time at something like this? And all genres of music. So if something floats your boat a little more than something else, you just walk a few blocks and there you go. Started in the southeast corner, but I'm up on the rail bed now. Here they're even building a new housing. A lot of money paid in fees for permits. Here you even have a soil erosion permit. And so this is new construction right here. Look at all these other permits. That one's plumbing. There was an electrical, mechanical, but they still got to do the concrete there. Most of them are single homes, but this is kind of like a quadruplex or something. An old Mustang. And some neat features on a lot of the homes. Color combinations, God. It's a great neighborhood to walk through. Oh, look at this tree. It's got like curvature of the spine kind of a thing. But, yeah, somewhere down there, there's some musicians. There they are. Oh, I signed a petition. They were even doing something here for the minimum wage, which I think everybody should have a livable wage. I don't have a problem with that. Getting near the top of the hour. But what a great, well-run music festival. Okay, doggy by the fire hydrant. Well, after the music festival, my brother-in-law Chris. Oh, look at this. There is no Planet B. Yeah, we gotta go with what we got, don't we? But folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. And that's pretty much gonna do it. I had a good night's sleep. And then this will be for the next show, whether it be next week or the week thereafter. Sometimes I run a show 2 weeks long. But it'll be a drinks by design kind of event.